Welcome to 91 Reasons, a pop culture fueled rocket into the far reaches of nerd culture.
$10 and under. We have limes, flowers, greenery. And I want you to squeeze those lemons. Look at them, Jeffrey. Squeeze those lemons. Berg, they're not real lemons. I didn't ask if they were real lemons. I told you to squeeze them for your mother. Berg, you're getting all mad. I'm not getting mad with you. Just squeeze those goddamn lemons. This is my life. This is what goes on in my head. You want to live here? I'm stuck here. At the old Target. The old Target. They're very excited, these two, about 79-cent bowls. Why are you so into this?
They remind them of IKEA.
The green and the orange look like Tupperware. Like the old
I'm gonna get 3 of these so we can have 5 now.
Okay.
We're gonna have 5, you guys.
What else you want to get?
I haven't seen these.
They match because they're both animals.
Yeah, oh yeah, no, they're animals, all
You guys are
right.
both animal face masks.
I'm a kitty
Well, let's go look through because they have little cups and stuff. Hang on a moment.
Austin is a fox. He could eat you.
I just want to look.
I like this pretty pink. If I lived alone, I would have it all.
Does this pink or orange come in a 4-door sedan for 79 cents or? Oh, they don't understand me. My family doesn't understand me. We're gonna go back to those lemons.
I want to read this to you. I think you'll find it very fun. Love is a 4-legged word.
Oh my God. Oh, that is so dumb. So,
Don't you have any fur babies?
so if your dog like loses a leg and only has 3 legs, you're like, I gotta throw this mug out.
God, Austin, I think that your future wife has this mug.
Love is a full-legged word. Great.
And the beat goes on. Why is it so dark in here?
That's my favorite.
That's the lights
We're
are
not
turned
going back to school.
What's back to school? What does that mean?
Some children are starting kindergarten this year and will not know what back
I will
to school
explain.
shopping is.
During select days in July and August in Target stores, the store is at half lighting so that we can increase the air conditioning.
Okay, thank you for that.
I asked about that.
Thank you for that.
I thought that was the explanation for back to school.
I thought he was. We were talking about school.
He's talking about why the lights are so.
He's always a half step behind us.
Wait till she gets to the tree.
Don't you want the Friends Coffee House for some reason?
I don't know what's the hype around Friends.
I've never watched it. I couldn't tell you. I watched one episode.
Do you know what this is?
Can you guess which episode I watched?
I don't know.
It's the one where Winona Ryder's on.
Oh, of course.
I think this is Lego trying to capitalize on those fan sets you see now online that kind
We're
of look
looking
like
at
this.
the back to school thing, which is funny because there's no back to school, right?
It made me cry.
And then who would wear this?
This is.
Who would wear this
A lot
California?
of kids at school have this. A lot of
I don't
kids at
understand this
school have
backpack.
I have a question. How come California is the only state flag that is represented on merchandise? Like, the Colorado state flag is pretty cool.
I'm sure if you go to Colorado,
You really, no,
I
you know
just-
what? I have a feeling if you went to Colorado, they would still have that California bear.
But also,
'Cause
let's
people
not
like it that
forget,
much.
they have the Don Berg backpack.
You gotta squeeze.
Squeeze those lemons, Jeffrey. It's a backpack, Berg. Well, it's for me. It's for me.
I like these. These ones are cool looking.
We are in line at McDonald's, but more importantly, we are gonna rock down to Furniture Avenue, and then we'll take it higher. Right, Luna?
Uh-huh.
What you do to me, what you do to me.
What's happening in here?
We came to pick you up on.
All right, we find ourselves at Aldi's,
Getting the groceries.
where we got some
need.
groceries, but tell me about the bagging.
This is my bagging. It's very particular.
Yeah,
I
you
don't-
don't, so if people say, hey, how come he's filming and not bagging, what would you say?
His father's not allowed to bag. He
Yeah.
bags the bread with the cold items, which is a big no-no. No. Okay. So frozen meats like chicken fritters and steaks and stuff like that. Frozen meats part 2. These are lighter meats like hot dogs, more mushy stuff. This is boxed goods. with potatoes on top. You don't put potatoes on bottom because they'll get smashed. So potatoes on top of boxes. Also notice the material. These are Lido bags, so they have Lido items. So this is heavy cans. Heavy cans go in heavy bag. Heavy cans and heavy bag. Okay. So let's start this next one.
I only went to the bathroom and he's almost done, so I guess he knows what he's talking about.
It's almost like I do this for a living.
Uh-huh. Those are the important spinach wraps.
I love the spinach wraps, and I don't know what happened, but when the pandemic hit in March, there were no spinach wraps for 2 months. It was very hard to live my life. I actually resorted, and I even bought the vegan ones, and I ate them.
Oh no.
I know.
But what's in them that would make them non-vegan?
I have no idea. But
Eggs?
they
I don't know.
They were a lot stiffer, like they didn't fold correctly. So, if anyone knows why the vegan ones are stiffer tortillas, let me know in the comments down below.
That's because they're made of Soylent Green. That's why the green comes from.
Soylent Green's people.
Yeah, exactly.
You know I'm gonna do breads, and breads go with only breads, okay? Look at that. Beautiful.
You just say beautiful bread?
Beautiful, yep, beautiful bread. We're a big fan of bread in this family. We eat a lot of bread. I'm not ashamed to say that. Now chips are gonna
No, this is what it's all about. These have been off the market for like 20 years. These are my favorite. Now the can is a lot smaller than it used to be, and Mr. Peanut is dead, but I will enjoy these. I want to open them right now.
Was it the biggest tragedy of 2020? Was the death of Mr. Peanut?
Yeah,
Except
we
he
never
didn't
we never recovered.
Yeah, no.
We never recovered from the death of Mr. Peanut.
I like how they paused his death and then resumed it.
Well, you know everybody loves a nut.
Everybody loves.
You could leave it in the cart.
Well, I don't. This is a lighter one. I think I want to put a heavier
Oh,
one down.
okay. Well,
And
don't
then
let me interrupt.
Where was cold soft meat? This one.
And so the saga of Austin's bagging comes to an end.
This needs to go to the lightweight one. There we go. So now we're gonna do heavies in the form. So
Oh, look at this. Now there's a whole pecking order to how it goes in the cart.
this is every transaction at Target. I do it like this.
And this is Aldi's where you got to return it to get your quarter back.
Yes. Look at this. Look at all those Reese's Puffs.
Giant box.
Beautiful. Soda's not going to work. It's going to go separate.
Right up here? On the front of the cart? The top? No?
Yeah, the bread should go apart.
There you go. Voila, we're done. With how many bags to spare?
Sorry about that. Those are the bags. All right,
Here we go.
let's go. This is your receipt now. Oh, are we live?
I
I didn't
we're
know. I
live.
was too busy sipping my coffee.
Good morning. Quick breaking news before Austin does whatever he's going to do. If anyone watching has curly hair, please save me. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what to do with it, and it's killing me. Thank you. All right, breaking news done. What are we doing here?
First up, the coffee tale. Great coffee at an old world Dutch-style village
It's pretty cool. And
located at the
guy
old
who
world
makes the coffee,
in Huntington Beach.
pretty cool.
Friendly guy. Stop by, support his local business.
Put it up
and
on the camera
Buy
there.
a cup of
What's
coffee.
your opinion on the coffee?
Wait, it's not focusing. It's having
Oh,
trouble.
hold on. Let me try. How about that?
Nope.
No.
There we go.
There we go. We know all the tricks.
Boom. Okay.
Best cup of
Alright.
coffee I have had since the Grove, when I begged you for $5. Do you remember that?
Who could forget?
And we can't forget.
Okay. We're filming because I have a bunch of things to talk about, and I've been so
you're not
busy.
talking about this.
I am. Let's do this at first. CD review. Impromptu CD review. You guys ready?
Josie, she looks so upset.
The Essential Johnny Cash. It's been a while since I've reviewed CDs, because I've been busy listening to CDs.
Can I remind you, he made me get off the phone to do this with him.
I like
and
to,
proceed to talk about something I don't even know.
so I like to listen and then review, you know, and I like to listen to it for a bit and sort of keep listening to it. Usually a CD has about 10 to 14 tracks, so it takes about, a couple days. This one took a lot longer because it's a set. There's 3 of these, and I count it as one release because you buy it as one set. It's missing its slipcase. It comes in a slipcase. Like the Turtles set I reviewed last week, this is a mail order only set from the mid-90s that was available via Home Shopping Channel. So this is a lot of Johnny Cash. Each disc has about 30 songs, so there's about 90 total. You get a nice dose of Cash. I love Johnny Cash. This definitely focuses more on the country side of Cash. The last album I reviewed, that was called The Very Best of Johnny Cash. That was mostly his novelty music. It was a lot of the 70s stuff he did that Shel Silverstein wrote for him. Stuff like Everybody Loves a Nut and The One on the Left is on the Right. Great songs, one piece at a time. You won't find any of those songs on here. This is definitely more of the 50s, 60s era Cash. They're sorted by decade, I think, right? No, it isn't. Never mind. It just says 55 to 83. You're mostly going to get a lot of that older stuff. But it definitely is a good, rounded out set. Some of the ones I like are Hey Porter, Folsom Prison Blues, Walk the Line, obviously. Rock Island Line, that's a great one. Big River, Ballad of a Teenage Queen, I Still Miss Someone. What else we got here? Don't Take Your Guns to Town, Ballad of Boot Hill, Johnny Yuma, which I guess was a theme song he wrote to a TV show. That one's very catchy. When the Roses Bloom Again. I tried playing that in the car. I think my dad almost fell asleep at the wheel and crashed. It's very slow. The Legend of John Henry, which is an amazing 8-minute song. That's an epic. That's the highlight for sure. And then this third one's got a lot of live tracks. So you get Folsom Prison Blues live, San Quentin live, Cocaine Blues live. It says it has a Boy Named Sue live version. I don't know if any Cash fans out there want to let me know, but I don't think there's a studio version of Boy Named Sue. I think it's only a live version, right?
I've never heard a studio version.
I've never heard a studio version, so I don't know why it says Boy Named Sue live version. They're all live. Oni, I love Oni. Walkabilly Blues, Ghost Riders in the Sky, Bull Rider.
Right now who knows everything?
These are all great country songs. Yeah, Dad knows. So I think between this one and then the other CD I reviewed, The Very Best of Cash, which was the novelty songs, I have a pretty good collection of vintage Cash. It can be a bit difficult to assemble a CD set of old Cash, just because he did so many albums and so many, what's the word I'm looking for? So many LPs and soundtracks that it can be difficult. It's not like Weezer, where there's blue album, green album, red album. It's not that simple. There's a lot of Cash.
Looking at me for Weezer.
So this is a really good set. I think it's a lot better than the Johnny Cash CDs you can find at, say, Walmart or Target today. A lot of those ones are just Wing of Fire, Folsom Prison Blues, and whatever the cheapest tracks they could buy were. They're not definitive. This is definitive. The only thing this is missing is those novelty songs. You're not going to find Everybody Loves a Nut on here. I'm sorry.
Everybody Loves a Nut.
That was so great. Are we done now?
I don't know if I'd recommend listening to all 3 like I did, just because they're so dang sad. They're such sad songs. But they're great.
I'd
Johnny
like to
Cash
name the
Band.
ones he didn't name. Like, I'm going to sit on the porch and pick on my old guitar.
It's fine. It's just... Some of these songs, they sound very similar. Cash has a sound.
Sorry, I'm reading them all.
Any ones stick out to you?
I know the feeling when the title is just Cry, Cry, Cry.
I love that
Same.
one.
I've been there.
I love that one.
Or I'd like to give it, again, Cry, 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 and then immediately after listen to all over again. Cry, Cry, Cry all over again.
Mom, you're the country gal. What are your thoughts on these Johnny Cash songs and albums? Do you like
Johnny
Cash?
Yeah. I'm not obsessed with him.
You're not obsessed? You didn't
I'm
grow up?
Willie Nelson, but yeah, he's good.
No, I love Cash. I really do. I love his sound. I love his image. I think he's great. Oh, I didn't talk about Man in Black. That's such a great one. He sings about why he wears black. It's very sad.
That was so great. Okay.
So that's Johnny Cash,
Please.
We listened to quite a bit of Cash on our trips to the Southwest, which is a great transition because I have a treat from the old days.
Now he's talking before I was alive, y'all.
Yes, we're talking
Pre-2005.
We're talking 02, 03, 04. These are the Coco and Vegas files. So where do we begin with these, right?
See, this is why I'm confused because I don't know this. I was not alive for this.
This was a big part of my childhood, right? So I want to say
It's not
2002,
mine.
3. There's a place called Prim. It's at the state line of California and Nevada. And they were going to make Prim into a mini Vegas. And nowadays, it's all abandoned and sad.
There's a gas station.
And decrepit and pathetic. That gas station we went to is actually not in Prim.
There's probably a gas station in Prim.
Yeah, but the one we went to was in Gene. It's about a half hour.
You don't have to tell everyone.
It's different.
Just
The point is, back in the day, Prim Valley was amazing. It was so colorful and bright, and they had the coolest mall in the world. Every store was brightly lit, and the theming was perfect, and it had that beautiful late 90s look where everything was kind of
Did you name a
geometric
mall?
and colorful. That's talking about the mall.
okay, yeah, you're talking about the
Oh,
mall.
it was so great. You know, KB Toys and Old Navy.
So paint the
and-
picture. What's happening at the mall?
So we went. So they had all these carnival rides. They have like lots of carnival rides and kids things, and all these gumball machines in a row. And I went to these gumball machines, and they had one of these ones. We got little animals. So
Which
I
is Austin's favorite thing.
put a quarter in, and I got this frog. This frog here that's been very played with. He's been loved for many years. He's got a staple on his back where his arm fell off. One arm is bigger than the other, and he looks kind of sad, doesn't he?
Kind of sad? No, he's very sad.
So I named this frog Vegas because we were going to
Vegas.
Vegas.
So original. He was such a smart kid.
And my sibling Luna got this thing. And Luna called this Coco. I don't know why Coco, but it stuck. And we've never really been sure of what Coco is.
See,
It's a
I
discussion
say a
of debate.
hippopotamus.
I've never heard hippo.
Look at it. Look at the little hippo face. What do you think it is, Dad?
Viewers out there, what do you think Coco is?
A hippopotamus.
Coco's kangaroo.
See, I've always said mouse.
No.
And Luna always used to say moose. So I don't really know. I don't. Well, you know what's the other way around? I would say moose. Luna would say mouse. Because I was thinking of the Noggin moose. If anyone watched Noggin back in the early 2000s, they had a yellow moose. This made me think of that
It's
yellow
hippopotamus.
moose. I don't know. What is Coco? Coco's just kind of a thing. These are two very sad creatures, aren't they? They're poorly made
Now,
little
I
gumball
do
machine toys.
remember at a very young age, you would continue to bring these even
Yes.
into my lifetime, but I could never be a part of them. There was always something that was like, you're not cool
Well, we'll
enough
get there.
for it.
So we would bring these to Vegas every year and take photos of these around the casinos.
This was your guys'
We did
little
this for about, what,
pals.
8-9 years? It was a long
It
time.
bled into my lifetime, and I remember it.
We went back the next year and got more. That's where we got more characters,
So do you remember the order?
Yeah, this was the next one. The dog.
The blue dog.
Yes. And this dog, I can't remember his name, but I know he was a mailman.
Who named it?
This was Luna's second one. Luna named this.
Yeah,
I think-
that's Nut.
Is it?
Yes,
You know that? Nut?
Nut, and then the next one is Crazy, and together they were Coco Nut Crazy.
Is that true?
Yes.
Okay, what was the next one? Do you remember, Dad?
Oh no, that's that. I only know the names because I hear it from
I
the
think it might have been the
driver's
dolphin.
seat.
And
I
I'll
don't
explain.
remember
I'll
that.
explain why. I can tell you the order in a moment. There's a distinct switch. So this is the dolphin from Prim Valley, and then I know we went back in 06. You were 1, and you threw a fit that we had these, and you didn't have one.
Well, yeah, because you guys would. It wasn't 06 because I remember it. I could
might
have
have been a
been
little
1
later.
and remembered it. I swear I was like 3 or 4. And I have bad memory. I just remember being really upset because this is something that my brothers had, who were at the time too cool to be playing with toys. To
So
play with toys, and I wasn't allowed to play with them, so I wanted one.
we went a couple of times because Mom was convinced you needed a goalie one. Because we got this. This is what we got on our second try. This
I remember
very
that one.
Sad koala missing an eye.
I remember it.
His name was Mel, M-A-L-E. So, just for those keeping track, Coco, Vegas,
Nut crazy.
Crazy, Coconut, Vegas, crazy. How's it go?
Coconut crazy.
Coconut crazy. Vegas, coconut crazy, male. Right? And these 2 were mine. These 3 were Luna's. That was how.
And
it was.
I didn't have any.
Yeah, you didn't have any at this point because Mom didn't want you to have the dolphin because you wanted the Goldie one.
I
You threw a
did.
fit. You wanted one that matched your blanket. That's what it was. You wanted one that matched the pink blanket because you had a pink blanket.
Well, I just wanted one in general.
No, it had to match the blanket because you didn't want this dolphin. You gave it to Luna.
No, the dolphin's ugly. I didn't want
Yeah.
the dolphin because it was ugly. But in general, the idea was I wanted to be in on it because I was never
So we'll
in
get
on
to
it.
Josie's in a minute here. And before I say that, I just want to say the 2 I had, Vegas and Belle, I played with these a lot. They're in pieces. So much so that I threw a fit, and even after Mom tried stapling and gluing them together, she took me to Build-A-Bear to build bears with these 2.
Yes.
So I made a
did.
koala, a big
They're out in the
koala
garage.
named Mel,
Uh-huh.
and I built a big frog named
They're
Vegas.
both in the garage still.
Yes. And a bit of lore, the Build-A-Bear of Vegas is in a karate uniform.
Yes.
Because Vegas knew karate, and that was a big part of his character,
Yes.
was that he fought all the bad guys for Coco, and protected Coco. And he also protected his
Build-A-Bears
friend.
are expensive. The bubblegum toys, what, a
25
quarter?
cents.
And they love those.
They protected
Always
the
works that way
friend,
with kids.
the Lady Pinky. This is Pinky Bunny.
Yes.
This is your character.
Yes.
Yeah, Pinky Bunny. That was yours.
I just loved.
You probably chewed on that a lot
I
as a
did.
kid.
I just loved having one. I'm gonna get sentimental because I loved my older siblings and I wanted to be a part of it. I don't remember a lot of my childhood, but I do remember feeling left out every Vegas trip because they had this. So
Now in the hotel rooms, we will complete.
I had one. This was a very big deal for me. I
And
remember.
Going forward, these 3 will cast to the toy bin, and that's why they're in such great shape compared to these ones, is they won't
Yeah,
play
'cause
with
Luna
a lot.
didn't play very much.
And then when Luna was out, I took control of Coco.
I do remember that at some point
And
Luna was like, I'm too.
That was
cool
a
for
big
this.
deal, like taking the mantle of Coco. It's like when Robin gets the bat cowl. It's like
special. It's
special,
sacred.
yeah. And I almost have more of a soft spot for Coco now.
Well, you haven't talked about the other ones in the computer
Yes,
yet.
so we'll get there. There's 3 more, and we gotta fast forward a couple more years. These have been well played with and loved. Coco's missing part of her foot here. We moved to Riverside, and the Texas Roadhouse Grill in Riverside has these. We'd been looking for these for years, because even when we take these to Vegas, the Prim Valley Mall removed the gumball machine. Very sad day when we went with a handful of quarters to get more, and it wasn't there. I think it was 08 they took it out.
I have no memories of the actual gumball machine, which means it was probably early on.
I blame the recession. So we have 3 additional ones that we got at Texas Roadhouse Grill in Riverside.
They're very
Yes.
bright and clean.
So
You
here's
never played with them.
Vegas from Texas Grill.
You
He's
can
missing
see
an eyeball.
The difference.
And you can see the poor quality difference.
Yeah, they got tinier.
The Texas Roadhouse variations are not good. Not good at all. Vegas looks very sad and pathetic, and this did not make a good replacement. I'm sorry. This is like bootleg Vegas. It's like knockoff Vegas. So, Texas Roadhouse Grill, you should be ashamed of yourselves, okay?
I don't think that one's in business anymore, is it?
No, went out of business.
Wow.
Can't yell at them.
And we got 2 more. We got a new mailman.
I remember that one.
Nut or crazy?
Nut.
Nut. We got a new Nut, which is kind of superfluous since we already had Nut. I remember being very disappointed because he was already cast in the toy bin, and I'm like, great, another Nut. We don't need another Nut.
But I
the
thought
last
everybody
one-
loved him.
The last one in the bin, I really don't know. I've never seen that one before.
Yeah, this is bootleg Pinky, and not good. Didn't get any play at all.
Yeah, I
Not
don't know
loved.
memories
Late
of
to
that
the
one.
line, late addition, very forgotten. He's only got 1 whisker on one side. This is easily the worst of the set. Easily. I mean, come on. Why would you want to play with this? So that's the set right there. We kept them in this bin for I don't know how many years.
Well, that was one of my during one of my home parties. I sold candles. Did it have a smell inside of it? Do they smell? Because I think that holisted my candles, my samples, when I do my home parties.
They
Or-
kind of smell.
I
They
don't
just
know.
smell old.
I probably washed it really good. You know me. Before I let you guys have it, I just wanted some way to keep them
Yeah,
all
this
together
one
for
Austin
Austin
is
with his
practically
OCD.
dead.
Yeah.
He wanted an organizer.
So Coco in Vegas, there's a bit of lore. They're tiny animals. This is their size. They lived inside of a slot machine. In
This was a story.
yeah, in either Bally's or Excalibur, it switched. I couldn't decide, but they did live in a one-armed bandit
And
slot machine.
how did they speak to each other?
They said, "Here, friend, come here." Hello, friend.
Everything is friend.
Yeah, friend. How do you do, friend? That's how they spoke. It's like its own universe.
It is a universe.
It's a lore.
Which is
It's a
why I'm
canon.
very angry that in your plan for what you're doing with them, you're changing it.
Well, for years I've thought about making this into a comic,
Let me.
but I don't think
This
it would
is
translate
very
well.
important to me because it was never my thing. I'm still, if you can't tell by my voice, I'm still angry
That
about
you were
it.
left out of this.
I
The majority of their adventures.
You're not left out. You're just late to the party.
You were you're like
just
she was an embryo during the majority of the adventures of Coco and Vegas.
the jealousy is still there about these animals.
And for some reason,
You didn't get a little dime store animal in Vegas. You got a bumbo.
Does
she know what that is?
I didn't play with Coco in Vegas outside of vacation. They only came out during trips. It was like a special thing. Like when this opens up, good times ahead.
Yeah, Josie. What is a bumbo?
I have no
You
clue.
can't really talk about it if you don't have it. I'll describe it.
What's a bumbo?
Bumbo was a kid seat they made around the time you were born.
Yeah, I remember that.
That allowed infants to sit up,
Yeah, you had a bumbo. It was this big purple thing.
but
I have pictures.
they
of
were
it right
taken
now.
off the market because parents were putting the kids in the bumbo on a table, and the kid would just roll off the table and break its head. So dummies killed
I
Bumbo.
Put her on the hotel bed.
Yeah, because
Yeah, this is
infants
nice
can't
to see.
sit up. They
Yeah,
just
sit
lay.
with
They
that.
either lay there or they sit in a carrier. This allowed you to sit like a normal adult person
It was
and
really cool.
engage with people.
So this is the full set of Coco, Vegas, Coconut Crazy, whatever you want to call this franchise. They adventured all over
Now-
the Las Vegas Valley.
You don't get to take yours. Is it part of the set?
Mine?
No, they have to all be
They
together.
have to all be
It's
together.
also not really mine. Like I
It's-
said, none of this is mine. Can you tell how angry I am? I'm still upset about it.
Well, I will be honest. I am kind of the keeper of the flame of this franchise.
This is something that has tainted my childhood for
I
a very long time.
This is it. This is it.
You're watching like the pain of my entire childhood.
Mine was a
Also
stuffed
something
fox.
That like represents his siblings' relationship.
It does, yes, with both my
special to
siblings.
him.
It is special. Yep.
It was always something that Austin and Luna had that I
No,
didn't.
you-
No, even when I got
You
one,
were just too little to understand or
it
appreciate
was never
it.
something that I had.
You had Twilight.
Which is
We-
why I was very grateful when you and I started doing those plushie videos, because in some way it felt like I had this. This is really weird. I have this weird like therapy, like
You
weird
just have
thing with this.
you have a short-term memory loss because Pinky Rabbit was included on the later adventures. She went to the Ethel M. Chocolate Factory.
the
She-
later adventures. And I was really little.
You
It's
don't remember, but I
You
do.
were like Lando on Clerks.
It's okay to admit this is not part of your youth.
It's not, and
This
I'm
is my-
upset about it.
this
it
is
like
my
upsets
thing.
me. It's always something
This
that's
is my
upset
law.
me is that I don't have that. I don't have that. Like when it comes to Vegas, I never had like a toy that reminded me of Vegas.
I'm sorry. They went to the Grand Canyon.
It's
They
just taunting me now.
they went to
Not,
Circus Circus.
not the Grand Canyon.
Well, they went to the Grand Canyon gift shop. Okay,
Yeah.
it's a little different. But Coco and Vegas' adventures were not to scale. They were small adventures. You know?
No, I don't know actually. In case you haven't caught on.
It's not for you. You know
I
what
love
you
these
get?
guys.
The
What
new
do I
Taylor
get?
Swift album.
Oh my God! He's getting me more
Yeah,
angry.
he's getting you worked
I
up.
hate the new Taylor Swift album. It's horrible. Never in my whole life have I heard someone mope so much. And this is coming from someone whose entire childhood was Taylor Swift.
Didn't listen
I
to
didn't
Morrissey, did we?
Didn't have this, but I had Taylor Swift. What is that? What is folklore? What is that? It's so
I
bad.
logged on to my YouTube and I saw there was a message from Taylor Swift. She sent out to every YouTuber, and she said, "This album would not have existed without the lockdown. It is my feelings during lockdown, my culmination." And I'm like, "Oh my God!
It's so
You
bad.
live in a mansion.
It's so bad.
You probably have a pet tiger."
She's a lot of cats. This has just been me ranting the entire time.
I
You
see
tell
you're
I'm
very
just like
upset.
not having
Yeah.
a good day.
Okay, Coco in Vegas, lots of fun. Listen to Johnny Cash. Pick up the set. Thank you, Tim Wilson, for sending this over. I have had a blast listening to it. It has given me so many hours of enjoyment.
Anything to add?
Me? Can I ask you a question? why did you want to talk about it with me?
Because I can't do this alone, and I need you.
Every
need,
dinner needs a side
Yeah.
dish.
Every Batman needs a Robin.
I'm not Robin to you. Absolutely not. No, I'm Batman.
That's not true.
He's the Mary and you're the Rhoda.
As far as I'm concerned, you are Robin. You've been Robin your whole life. Who dressed up as Robin? Who had 1,000 Robin toys? Yeah, I'm Batman. You back me up on that, Mom. She ain't Batman.
She is Robin.
You're Robin. Forever
She's
Robin.
This has just been an entire day of like bullying me.
Well, that's not true. That's not true.
Anyways, for me, where's my rabbit? Can I have a rabbit?
Pinky?
Yeah.
Here's Pinky Rabbit. Be careful with Pinky Rabbit.
I'm gonna pretend like you didn't say that. With my like hundreds of documents in my bedroom. I'm gonna pretend like you
Pinky
didn't say
Rabbit
that.
is a historical document.
Hi. This is the rabbit. In case you missed the last. How long has this been going on for? Like 30 minutes.
22 minutes.
22 minutes. This is the ugliest one.
If anybody had these or knows where to get these, let me know. They kind of just disappeared off the face of the earth around the 2010s.
You want to get more?
Yeah. I think they're fun.
I don't know what to say. Like, I'm literally speechless right now. I can't explain it. This is a memory of my childhood.
And like the Ark of the Covenant, it goes back into the warehouse.
There it goes.
Gonna rock down to
You want to sign off with your mic?
Furniture Avenue.
Get back here.
And
Come
then
back.
we'll take it higher. Right, Luna?
I can't say as always on your host. This wasn't. I don't know how to sign off right now.
Okay, we're going to see something very cool right now.
I'm really scared.
I'm going to show Josie this little piece of paper, and she's going to spin out like nothing you've ever seen before, just from a little piece of paper. What could be on a piece of paper that would make you go crazy?
No clue.
Like it's a little tiny piece of paper.
I really don't know. Can I see it?
All right, Rachel, you ready for this?
Yeah, I have no idea what you're doing, but
No, you have no idea.
Can I have a piece of
You know all those trips to swap meet, buying all that magic stuff?
Uh-huh.
Sometimes it comes out pretty well.
Do you guys know what he's doing?
No, well, yes, they know because they've seen the picture. They've seen the picture, Rachel.
Can I see it?
Some guy offered me to buy a large quantity of stuff, so I sold it because it was a good deal. And then I bought something.
I'm scared.
Here's what I bought.
what is
Are
that?
you kidding?
No,
No, you're kidding. It's not real.
no, those are real.
But when? It's
April 6th, next year. They went on sale today, and I bought one, 2. Seats 13 and 15.
you really bought them? Really? Like this is you're not kidding. This is a
I
bad
would
joke.
never do that.
You really bought tickets? To
Yes. Do you want to go, or do you want me to take your mom?
I guess I would.
She goes, no.
Please no. Not my thing at all.
Really?
Merry Christmas. Didn't I tell you you'd get it for Christmas?
It finally happened. It's just
Did
late.
you know about this?
No idea at all. Just heard right
I
now.
just did it just
I've
now.
been working.
You can't wait, otherwise it sells out. And while I
They
was
went on sale
buying,
today?
while I was buying them, they were selling
Okay,
out.
so if they just went on sale today, they're pretty confident that it's going to happen in April then.
That's a scheduled ticket. Otherwise, they're gonna give me my money back.
Because I haven't heard any announcements about Broadway reopening or when yet.
Well, she's not reacting at all.
I'm like.
She's in shock. I think she's like me. Are you the hello pandemic? Are you sure?
Like, is it real? Like, is
Yeah,
it real?
that's a real.
I believe it's real, but let's just hope that everything with the governor makes in 2021 the world back to normal, so that you're able to go. You have tickets, I guess, as long as you're able to go. So the only thing that would stop you would be Mr. Nuisance, as we like to call him.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
a Tuesday, April 6th, 8 p.m. There you go. There's your proof. Wait till Dad.
Thank you. I don't know what to say. Like I'm in like this state of shock. My brain's still telling me it's not real.
You need an indication that life will get back to normal, and that's one of them.
You really did this?
Yeah. Do you want me to tell them? I can sell them. Make a profit.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Yeah. If you're doing a play at school, you have to tell the teacher you're not going to be there that night.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Bye.
Oh my God, thank you so much. It doesn't feel real. I feel like we need to explain that this is my favorite musical of all time.
I'm sorry. We didn't.
I feel like
How rare that a young child of teenage years likes Hamilton.
But I mean, like, you guys have, you already posted the video of me showing off all my history stuff.
Mhm.
Like, this is, like, really important to me. And I really like history. And, like, this is amazing. I'm, like, I don't know what to say.
The tickets are on my phone. I wanted to print the tickets out. They don't even do that anymore. You just show your phone.
And it's color printed, which
Yeah.
means you did some work for the color printing.
Oh, yeah. Okay. See you later.
Thank you.
Austin, where are we now?
We're at the thrift store.
Yes.
Thrifting.
We're
as we
thrifting.
do. And I've got some CDs.
I want you to run down what you have there.
Okay, so I've got the best of the Beach Boys, the absolute best. Now, do you think this is the absolute best?
No.
I already have the best of and the sounds of the summer Beach Boys.
This is the
best of.
better best.
Is this better? Well, those ones have about 25 songs each. These have 20 each, so there's 40 total, right? What do we got? California Goals, Barbara Ann, Wouldn't It Be Nice? You Still Believe in Me, that's a good one. Heroes and Villains, ooh, I don't know, that one's...
You skipped Sloop John B.
Oh, it was, and God Only Knows. Okay, so these are all good. What do we got in here? Help Me Wanda, that's a good one. Be True to Your School, Fun, 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 Don't Worry Baby, Shut Down. So this is, what is this, 91? That's strange. It's only those 60s stuff. Usually they stick Get You Back on here. There's no Get You Back. So they went full retro with that.
Never go full retro.
I've also got Do You Believe in Magic, a 60s compilation. The Lovin' Spoonful, the Beach Boys, the Monkees, the Turtles. I mean, come on. Tom Jones, Sonny and Cher.
This lady she's liking your choices.
Yes. Great choices. And I've got another one called Spirit of the 60s.
Spirit of the 60s.
It's got also Lovin' Spoonful, the Turtles, but they're different songs, they're different tracks. And I own a lot of these already on their respective albums, but there's something about having them all on one CD, like that mix. Plus, I think I might discover something really good. Like, I've never heard of Chad and Jeremy, but Chad might be really good. I mean, he might be really good.
We're just killing time.
And then, do I need this one? What do you get?
She has 2 dresses and she can't decide which one she likes better.
All right. Put your answer in the comments.
This is 65 Billboard hits. It's got Eva Destruction, but it's not by the Turtles. It's Barry McGuire.
How long has he been doing this?
Like a minute. What do you got? You want to show?
No.
What's your
Oh,
opinion?
Yeah,
though?
we'll
Okay.
get these.
all right.
There we go.
Who is getting this Raggedy Andy doll?
Me, from my collection that we've seen in my
Yes.
room tour.
Look at the shirt I found her. Ice cream. She loves ice cream.
It's cute.
Yeah, look who it's from.
Chick-fil-A.
She loves
I
it.
love ice cream and I
it's
love
half off.
Chick-fil-A. It's
Bright
a
color.
duo.
We only bought orange tags because orange is on sale.
Nice job.
All my hair is on it. I keep shedding.
It's all right.
I'm starting having like long hair problems.
Hairs.
It's all me.
So Josie. Okay, show your outfit.
Okay, I'm trying to do a lot of like 50s stuff, but we liked these shorts.
These are high rise.
We thought they were
High-waisted shorts with buttons.
cute. Yeah, and then we liked this
I
dress.
picked that dress.
Mom picked this dress out for
Very
me.
cute.
It has pockets, and then I really like this one.
Those are very nice.
And then I got, hold yours. I'm pretending it's winter and it's raining and I'm on the couch. And this, you can't feel it, but it's so soft. And my big oversized sweater, drinking coffee.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got this cool thing because I saw people using these to organize doll shoes in.
Mm.
Hold all my doll shoes. That's my buys.
Okay, and I got this DVD set from SBC saying thanks for signing with our long distance. And you get 12 Angry Men, Fish Called Wanda, and Muppet Christmas. All 4 turtle movies in a set.
Did you find anything on them?
Chariots of Fire.
Play.
Chariots of Fire.
I like a different Turtles. Not
Look
quite
at that.
these Turtles.
Look at that. And then Witness, which Austin has never seen, which is about the Amish. And then Austin found the Mermaid soundtrack on CD and said, "Do you want it?" And what did your mom say?
Of course he does. It has her on it.
Yeah, I love Cher. There she is, Cher, Bob Hoskins,
No,
and two other. I don't know who you're
What's my
talking to.
name, Dad?
Josephine.
And who plays Josephine in Little Women?
Anna Paquin.
I quit.
And then, of course, I got this for the bathroom, which, I mean, look at it.
Oh,
Look at it. I think it glows in the dark even. So, there we go. You ready to check out? This is what happens when you go to the bathroom at Target. They just leave you. Now they're at the back of the store. They're at the back of the store.
Do you know where the Target is on 7th? Or the Veterans Hospital? You know where the Veterans Hospital is? Oh, okay. Here we go. I like this quality
Hello, you left me.
Holiday Barbie.
Holiday Barbie.
They have the 2020 new Holiday Barbie.
They have Alex Morgan, whoever that is.
July.
I think she plays Saki.
Yeah, if you don't get them now, you don't get them.
Hawker? Soccer hockey? Saki Hawker. Hockey Saki?
Isn't she pretty?
And Christmas clothes.
That's
Merry
hideous.
Christmas, everyone. Merry
What is the
Christmas.
color reveal that's little, y'all?
Y'all?
Y'all.
I think you get a pet.
Yeah.
You get a pet or an outfit or glasses.
You get all of them.
Or you get one of each. Yeah.
It's kind of fun.
Why do they dress these dolls in the worst,
Look
garish
I
clothes?
have never seen that. Look, they
Look
even
at
have
this
the
one.
bald one. Oh, there's a stagecoach. The cello one, Joe. Look at.
Bald.
You got to go to a different Target. So, which one will you get?
Do you want this one for your house?
I don't really like her.
You don't? I like her outfit.
No. I like the boy Barbies better.
Which one to
Well,
build?
maybe that means we're gonna have good
Which one do you want to build, Father?
Oh, I want to build the one with Baby Yoda.
Is that quite the board game you had? Just cardboard though.
She always wants to go to Argentina.
Did you see, Austin, the Nintendo Legos?
I did. I think they look kind of terrible. I won't lie. I'm not impressed.
What is this? Look at the hair accessory kit with clip-on hair colors. I've never seen this before.
Oh, yeah, look, they have a bunch of them, yeah.
Oh yeah, it's brand new.
Josie, how does that Merry Christmas vine go?
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Merry Chrysler.
Merry Chrysler.
That was actually taken at the Grove. You know, we could recreate that
Yeah.
at Christmas time this year.
Look at that. I think that's supposed to be Mushu, but that is the ugliest thing I've ever seen.
Why are Orbeez back? And why are they already pre-done?
That looks like bottled water. You want a drink?
Hold up, wait, I'm confused.
Hold up.
Hold up. Why are they already made up? Aren't you supposed to put the Orbeez in it? That's the whole point of Orbeez?
Why she keep saying Orbeez?
Well, the whole
There's the
point
new
of Orbeez
Gigapets.
is that they're really small, and then when you put them in water, they go boom. But if they're already boom, then what's the point of the Orbeez?
Were you looking for the mini brands?
Did you want Pandemic Hot Zone North America?
Oh God, no. Is that the home version of what we're actually playing?
Yeah. Treat disease. Share research. Discover the cure.
Do you need to make a video while you're here, honey?
Yeah, there's stuff I've never
Because we'll go on the other aisle.
looked.
And the board game.
They both decided to get this, not a tricycle, but bicycle thing. Not even bicycle. Cycle? No, what are you getting?
Cabbage patch.
Oh.
And they smell so good.
What's yours name?
Luna just fell.
Okay, so mine is Charity Mabel.
And mine is Abigail Jasmine.
Oh.
So she got the blonde and I got the brunette.
All right. It's a good. And
And
they're
they're
on
on clearance at the Target in Brea,
some
and they have
trans
quite a
goggles.
few. And
for
they're $11.
$11.
Trans goggles.
Okay. What'd you find at the swap meet today?
I found someone went to go see Hamilton in
Yep.
Las Vegas.
What is Hamilton?
What is Hamilton? I'm pretty sure everybody knows what Hamilton is.
Got it.
Too far.
Yeah, it was this, and then
Nope. It's
I
okay.
didn't know what this is.
That's the national tour book.
Yeah,
And then you
it's
got the local program.
and it is Las Vegas.
It is Las Vegas.
Summer 2018.
Wow.
To go see it.
And those three items cost what?
$5.
$5. That program, I'm guessing, is 20 to 25, and the bag's at least 30,
Yes.
because Broadway stuff is not cheap.
Uh-uh.
And you almost didn't want to get it. And I said,
Yeah.
are you really going to throw away your shot at this? Austin, what'd you get?
I got a hardcover of Olive the Other Reindeer, my favorite children's book of all time. And I found a CD, Demon Days by the Gorillaz. A really great pop, hip-hop hybrid album that you never see at thrift stores secondhand. People don't get rid of this. People like this album too much. It's tough to find in the wild.
Grab that bottle out of the bag and let's show that bottle off. This is a milk bottle from Broguier's Dairy. And what makes it cool?
It's California's gold.
Yeah, you can't really see it, but it's got Huell Hauser on the bottle. How cool is that? Favorite visitor, it says. Huell Hauser.
Wow.
And then it wouldn't be a swap meet without Rachel with giant bags of American Girl stuff.
I scored.
And Rachel's really grown. Look at the size of the doll in her hand. Rachel's
mini
huge
Kirsten.
now. Oh, it's
She
a
has-
mini doll.
This person collected Kirsten. It's her bed, the vintage American Girl Kirsten's bed, and it has her mattress and her pillow, and then all of Kirsten's clothes. I don't know of this outfit, and they're all on American Girl hangers. I'm thinking it must have been from their, I don't know. I'll have to do some research on that one.
Oh, you should
And it's all
keep
older
things
stuff
cool.
because it
Oh,
says
yeah.
Girls of Today.
Oh yeah, or older than that. Some of these are all Kirsten's outfits.
It's this is marked Mattel though.
No, they're not the mini dolls. They didn't even have the mini dolls till then.
They did
So look
the
at all these
vintage mini dolls.
outfits.
And these outfits are quite expensive. And you paid $35 for the bed and the outfits.
And all the clothes. So score.
All right. And that's the swap meet, guys.
This is funny. It says top 5 things you didn't know about Alexander Hamilton. Who do you think I am?
I think you're dealing with a novice.
I know all these things.
Is there anybody notable in the cast?
Not that, I mean, if they all have very, very large,
Bios.
of things they've done. But none of them look familiar to me.
Oh, there it is. That's the sheet there with who's playing tonight.
Yes.
Let me see. At this performance, Joseph Morales is playing Hamilton. Look at that. That is very cool. There you are. And that will do it for this edition of What Did You Get at the Swap Meet? And this is how every swap meet ends, with everybody waiting on a table while I go get the car because I've parked a million miles away and I have to go alone to get the car. I walk this lonely road because I'm the dad and I don't get to sit. I walk all alone while my kids admire their stuff. Oh my God. It's even worse today because they took out all these parking spaces that were normally here. There's a lot of spots now. I guess I could come to the swap meet later. The problem is you got to come early because it gets so darn hot. It's August 1st and it's a million degrees out here. And that's just the way it goes. Just the way it goes. And there's my car. I'm in the second section up here. Did you ever go to the movies back in the day and they would try to get you to buy Loge? Like for another 50 cents you could go in early and have a seat that reclined. I never had a Loge seat. I wonder if they were as sumptuous and choice as I made them out to be in my head. But I never got one because I'd rather spend that money on video games than a nicer seat at the movies. All right, well, we're here. And of course, one of my kids left the window down, so thankfully the car's still here. We'll see you on the flip side. See, there they are. They were sitting, and now they are walking. You guys look haggard.
So heavy. Like so heavy.
Yeah, it's about 50 pounds, that bag.
Uh-huh. I believe it.
Are you not going to let me in the car?
No.
Okay.
Why should you be let in the car?
Because I'm cool.
Car is for closers only. Look, our air freshener smells like shaving cream.
Ew.
And it really does.
I'm hungry.
How was your swap meet?
Well, since I scored vintage American Girl, awesome.
All right, explain what's happening.
So Austin is getting his first taste of the new crispy chicken strip taco at Del Taco. He's been waiting weeks for this to come out because they keep advertising it. It's basically a chicken strip and a soft taco. And I think he's going to give us his review right now. On what
First impression of the Del
So this
Taco chicken strip
This
taco.
is the value menu version with the lettuce. If you spend $5, you can get 4 of these in a box without taco, just strips.
Just the
So
chicken strips.
They're counting on just the strip.
He said without taco, Josie.
And it's the most middle of the road chicken strip I have ever had. It's like something you would get at like Islands. Islands is a good example.
I know what you're saying. You're saying like a restaurant that serves good food for adults, and then the kids' meals are just something ordered off a
It's
crap
like-
menu somewhere.
Sodexo, you know what Sodexo is? They operate all the food courts at colleges
Yeah.
at Disneyland.
Do you remember when we went to that fancy Mexican restaurant and I got dinosaur chicken nuggets
Yes.
from the oven?
Yeah.
That was good.
I feel like
you need
that's
to eat
the
better
same-
food.
Yeah, it's because you order off the
What was
kids'
that
menu.
restaurant called, Rachel?
I don't remember.
The one that Greg always takes you to.
Oh, El Cholo.
El Cholo.
I love their Mexican food. It's amazing.
So will you buy these again?
Probably not, because even though this isn't bad, it's also not great. And Del Taco has really good grilled chicken tacos, and those are so good that, you know, there's no burnt edge to this. It's very flat. It has no crunchiness at all, which damages it. I don't know if it's the way the ovens cook, but like, you know, McDonald's Carl's Jr., you get those crispy bits
Yes.
that really make the chicken strip. You don't get that here. It's very hollow. It's very dry.
Oh, I know.
All right. Well, I'll let you finish your lunch.
Because Josie won't eat till he stops filming.
And now here's Austin Tucker with an important update.
I gave up on the taco. I didn't have the last bite because it was that bad. And then my little sister had her Jack in the
Little
Box.
sister, don't you?
Now, Jack in the Box usually serves strips that I'm not a fan of. The Jack in the Box strips are like $9. They're not crunchy. They're just like this. They're baked. There's no flakiness to them. What did you get? They're called new popcorn chicken combo.
Anyways, TikTok's
$5.99.
still on my phone and it still works.
So $5.99 for a popcorn chicken combo. Though it's cheaper in other states because we had it in Henderson and it was like
For
$4.
$4.99.
$4.99. And I had some, and let me just say the stark difference. It was crunchy, it was flaky and
But
buttery.
they're tiny. They're popcorn. I think that's why you like that better. I think you're a popcorn fan.
Am
Well,
I
let me
a
ask you this: the Del Taco one, was it grilled or fried? How was it prepared?
It had no crunchiness to
So
it.
it wasn't deep fried. Why wouldn't they just deep fry it? Because they have the fryer there.
I was thinking, like, do they not have the tools needed to make good chicken? Like,
No, they make shrimp and fries, which is deep fried. This, the way you're talking, like it was baked in an oven,
Yeah.
which
Yes.
is what we do. I can do that at home, and it's not as good as a deep fryer.
yeah, it tasted like a Tyson chicken strip. Not a grocery store chicken strip, a Tyson one, so not the worst. But not anything you would drive in your car to get, something you would settle for at the house. If you said, hey,
Yeah.
I want to do chicken tender night. So the Del Taco chicken is a no-no. It's a flat no. The grilled stuff is so good. I
Like the
don't
Jack
know.
in the Box.
But the Jack in the Box chicken is very good. But don't get the Jack in the Box strips. The Jack in the Box strips are not as good as the Jack in the Box popcorn chicken.
And that's available in spicy too, which I think I
Habanero.
You know, it's a little spicy in my mouth. It's got a bit of a spice afterwards, even the regular one. So
All right, the chicken strip hunt goes on.
Yes.
The king of the top is what?
Raising Cane's. The white meat is so good and they're so flaky and buttery. Last time though, when we were at the Pyramid Cafe, Ryder.
I'm not in this conversation. Why is he putting
When
me
we were
in
at the
it?
Pyramid Cafe in Las Vegas, you had some chicken tenders,
Yes.
and I had one chicken tender from your plate.
Yeah, they were good,
And
but they didn't come with fries.
I ate one of those chicken tenders, and I
Good thing he
said,
shared your surprise with you.
this is the best chicken tender I've had in a long time.
Absolutely not. They have nothing on Raising Cane's.
So, I don't know. I need to have them again to see if it's better than Raising Cane's.
They're okay, but Raising Cane's is 10 times better than them.
You know what makes Raising Cane's is the crinkle cut
The
fries.
sauce.
Well, you kind of
garlic
have
bread.
to say Raising Cane's is the best strip because you can get that fairly often.
Yes,
You
that's
can't get the chicken strips at the
Yes.
Pyramid Cafe more than once every 6 months.
I do like Denny's. Denny's has good chicken
Well, that's
strips.
your us now, because we seem to be going to Vegas once a month.
I like the state of Nevada. I like its people.
We've
I like its
decided
culture.
it is our state.
It's a fun
I
place.
like the food. I like the prices.
I like the prices. That's what I was just talking about. This popcorn chicken. When we were out in Henderson, Nevada, it was $4.99, and out here in Bee Park, it's $5.99. So what's the deal, Jack in the Box? Why is popcorn chicken $1 more in Los Angeles?
We'll leave it with that.